Who had a trailer? Daredevil had a trailer. Who had a trailer? Daredevil had a trailer. Okay, so getting into it. Recently, they released a trailer for the new series for Daredevil. Daredevil Born Again. Oh boy. And I need to talk about it. Now, they also released a trailer for animated Spider-Man. Not a cartoon, a 3D thingy, but that is its own kettle of fish, and I'll talk about that another time. But just know that I hate it. But the Daredevil Born Again thing, it's a bigger issue to me. It's a bigger issue because of the fact that the trailer looks pretty decent.
Are you fucking serious? Are you actually fucking serious?
Actually, you can see the reception behind a bunch of people talking about the damn thing. The trailer looks pretty good. Hell, I guess the guy that's clad in white, supposed to be White Tiger, looks cool. A lot of stuff on it looks good. The things that they have going for this show are very, very, very positive. And that's the fucking problem, because I don't think that this show is going to be done all that well. Why? Because it's still made by fucking Disney, people. Wake the fuck up. This shit, nothing changed. Nothing has changed at all. Oh, wow. Oh, would you look at that? Look at these hot dogs. They're burning. Anybody else feel a little hot in here? You have to remember, this is coming off the cusp of a multitude of these characters essentially being showcased and thrown in to either goofy shit from the Netflix series or goofy shit depending on what Disney tried to do with them. Let us not forget, Echo was able to whoop Daredevil's ass in this supposed universe. Echo also whooped Kingpin's ass in this supposed universe. She also healed his evil, I guess. I don't know. It was Native American magic. It had nothing to do with what Echo actually is. Fucking stupid. But anyway, those are the characters that we're about to see be put inside the show. And that's not a good thing. So, regardless of this, because again, you have the Punisher's showrunner, the Punisher's writer being the showrunner, which isn't really a good thing. Well, it depends on how you look at it. I'm not sure exactly which season of Punisher he worked on, but if you're going based off of season 1, then no. Season 1, then okay. But if you're going based off of season 2, then no. Season 2 was a forgettable mess of just whatever. And really one of the main takeaways from it was that meme. Wait. Is that from season 2? Damn, I don't even remember. That's the problem with Punisher. That's how forgettable a lot of it was. But the first season was a far more enjoyable season than the second one. But the Jigsaw mask was really cool. And so, again, you have to remember all of the gruesome, gritty, and real shit that they did in the Daredevil series, because those 3 seasons are good. Don't get me wrong. Those 3 seasons are really good. I always say the second season is half of it is good. Everything involving the Punisher in the second season of Daredevil is great. As soon as they get into the hand stuff with Elektra, just take it or leave it. But Kingpin, Punisher, Daredevil, genius. Him finally rocking the suit and everything. Just so great. Season 3, bullseye. God, so great. Damn it. And again, these are the problems, because I'm not a big Daredevil fan, but I can honestly say that the show sparked an interest in the character. And so because of that, I happen to know that the Born Again series and saga or whatever was already adapted into season 3. Thus again, letting me further know how ridiculous a lot of what it is that's going to transpire is going to actually happen. Because this is calling itself Born Again. I don't know if they decided to just use that name as a throwaway tagline because of the fact that they're going to reintroduce Daredevil, but they've been hinting at his return throughout the rest of the MCU since they were able to use these characters within the MCU. And remember, think of what they've done with these characters since they could use them. Like I said, Kingpin got his ass whooped not once, but twice by these bullshit female characters that came out of nowhere that they needed to make, I Am Woman, Hear Me Roar strong. While Daredevil did the Walk of Shame with She-Hulk. Ugh. I'm like imagining him waking up and then seeing Jennifer Walters in like either the ugly CGI of She-Hulk or just the regular lady, and him just like, even though he's blind, he just be like, ugh.
Oh, the humanity!
Like he could sense her unattractiveness. Oh shit, was it the scene from Ray? when you get Jamie Foxx, he felt the wrist of that fat girl, it was like, ugh.
Here's the deal. Some women are bitches and should be treated as such if the situation warrants it.
That's what I'm imagining. I apologize. I digress. But you see, I'm incredibly skeptical about this because again, the trailer did what the trailer's supposed to do. It made the shit look good. I know I'm gonna start watching it as soon as it comes out. What I'm gonna hate about it is that since it's not Netflix and Disney Plus sucks, they're gonna string everything along by having to come out episode after episode, which is, that's gonna be teeth pulling because I would love to just sit and just binge the whole damn thing in the way of like the other Daredevil series, but these streaming services suck, whatever. But it got all the ingredients to make a hot nigga pie, it fit. It looked so good. But you can't help but that screaming voice in the back of your head. Don't forget where this is coming from, right? It's like, doesn't matter how shiny the apple is, there's still this ugly witch lady handing it to you and desperately needing you to bite it. She wants you to bite this apple. This is a reference to Snow White, a thing that I'm pretty sure that movie isn't even gonna have, which is a main thing that happens to Snow White. Damn, you went on another tangent, Daniel. I know, but I think I just stated a fact. I don't think she's gonna eat an apple in the Snow White movie. Now I'm tempted to watch the movie just to see if they even do what happens to Snow White in Snow White. Whatever, just whatever. Nothing is real. Everything is permitted. Fuck. Oh damn, even that sucks now too. God damn it. I'm harming myself with my own ridiculousness.
It's okay. Sometimes in business you gotta lose money to lose money. Make money. Fuck.
But yeah, again, I can't overlook all the all the terrible things Disney has done to their brand, the MCU, these characters, and just everything else as far as like getting showrunners, the writers, the amount of money they put in towards the effects and stuff like that, them constantly trying to curb a bunch of the more gritty and realer characters in order to fit their family-friendly profile, and it just turns out into just garbage. I can't overlook that. And again, you're dealing with something that essentially, it's taking the namesake of a story, and it's not gonna follow that story at all. And it's not like they haven't done this before. Thor Ragnarok didn't follow the actual Thor Ragnarok story. In fact, it copied too much from Planet Hulk, and it was just disgusting. Fucking Captain America Civil War. It didn't follow the actual Civil War story. Fucking ridiculous. It would have been a perfect introduction of mutants, but they didn't do that. You could sit there and you could scream and holler all you want about what they could do and what they couldn't do, but they had multiple ways that they could introduce some shit, and they just chose outwardly not to do it. Age of Ultron. Age of Ultron is a thing. Like, that's a thing in which it's called Age of Ultron because an age actually happened. But that's not what took place within the second. That was all the way in the second Avengers movie. So, again, you have to understand, these people will do anything to get your money. And they don't care what they have to do in order to get it, as long as it fits within the confines of their design. And that's a problem. That's the main thing everyone needs to take away. So I do not believe that people should be too excited about this. Hopefully, this is something that's good, but hopefully this is actually a good series, so that way you get some actual good content, something that's well received and well liked towards these comic book characters, to where they can just let these characters be the way that they're supposed to be, and thus rake in the money and everyone's get to enjoy their entertainment the way they should. Much like the Wolverine and Deadpool movie, regardless of what you might think about it. Again, me personally didn't like what they did to Deadpool, but again, the movie is a great, enjoyable movie. Hell, I fucking bought a copy of it. But it's something to where it's like people actually sat down and enjoyed it. So allow people to enjoy these characters the way they're meant to be enjoyed, the way they're supposed to be. But again, this is something to where it's like, if this happens and they finally, it switch on that they're supposed to do that, then you're going to be able to get more content that follows in that realm. I'll finally get Disney-backed Spider-Man movie that's worthy of being the Spider-Man movie, instead of the bullshit that we got. And again, there's an animated series coming out, so obviously they don't really care about that character like that. They just, all I want to say is they don't really care about us.
No, nigga. No. No. No!
But if this series does well and essentially it goes outside of the realm of what Disney is prepared for, which literally happens every time they do this, because again, they was like, Deadpool needs to be PG-13. They made it rated R and they made $1 billion.
Pure coincidence.
Fucking idiots. It's hopeful for the future of what they can do with these characters, but do not think that this is something where it justifies anything and everything that they're doing. Even the Daredevil show had a ridiculous amount of reshoots, if I'm not mistaken. And again, we have a fucking Falcon movie coming out, because it's not Captain America, it's the Falcon. We have a Falcon movie coming out, and that had ridiculous amounts of reshoots all the way up until now, before a month before it actually comes out, because they are not sure with what they have, because they don't know what they're doing, and they've been doing ridiculous shit for so long, writing blank checks, that it done caught up with them. So now if they actually want to make this shit profitable, they need to bunker down and actually make things make sense. But the factors that are set against them, one is all of their DEI pushing bullshit, because they haven't stopped doing that. They're still doing it, they're not stopping it, right? So that's the thing that's hindering them, because it doesn't come from anywhere that essentially is intelligent. is a great way to put it. It doesn't come from anywhere that essentially makes sense. It's done for the sake, diversity for the sake of diversity, not because it actually is important. It classifies it, it works well or anything like that. I think a perfect example, because I saw It's a Gundam mention it, and it was like, oh yeah, that totally is true. When they made Lex Luthor black in the Superman animated series, and then he stayed that way all the way through the Justice League animated series, no one had a problem with that. Why? It worked. He was voiced by a white guy, yet his skin was black, and it worked. Why? It did. It worked very well. His stature, his build, his look. You didn't look at him and go, that's not Lex Luthor. That never happened. No one questioned it. No one was bothered by it. It was the way that it was, but it wasn't something done in the sense of being like, let's just throw it in there for representation. It's like, no, this is a different look for Lex Luthor, but he's still Lex Luthor. And you know, it's not a what if Miles Morales comic if he was Thor and he was wearing Jordans and what is it about Odin's cornrows or something like that? Just embarrassing.
You do not get to pretend that you're being noble if you're just doing some random shit.
But that will always be a thing that hinders them because they keep constantly putting it within their content even now. Again, they already announced a brand new Spider-Man cartoon that has a fucking black Green Goblin and Harry Osborn. And it's just the worst. Ugh, it just looks bad. But it just looks so terrible. But that's a wall that's gonna stop them. Then you also have, which I believe is the second biggest hurdle for almost anything else that they're going to make within the realm of the MCU, is the history of the MCU. See, they had way too many movies come out where they've literally told the writers and the directors not to indulge or look in their past work. So people don't even know what the storylines are or how they connect. Shit just randomly keeps happening, but it's all within the same universe. And since it's so fucking confusing because there's no direction, it's not going anywhere. So nothing makes sense. I mean, fuck. Out of all the movies that have came out since the Eternals, the Captain America movie is the only movie that's going to actually show that fucking Celestials sticking up from Earth. After all these years from the Eternals coming out. Eternals came out like 2 years ago? After all this time, we're finally going to see something even acknowledging that the Celestial hand is just sticking up out of the Earth. How fucking retarded is that? Why would you make all of this content that came out within the MCU and none of it has ever managed to talk about that at all?
Yup. Diarrhea.
It's like, fuck, you had a Guardians of the Galaxy movie where Star-Lord came to Earth. He didn't say anything about that. Hell, they didn't say anything about the fact that the goo was almost about to absorb Earth from the second Guardians of the Galaxy movie. There's no cohesion behind anything. So again, it would work in their benefit to make this a Daredevil-esque concept, to where it's like, yeah, he's not going to be involved with the bigger players in the MCU, you know, from the movies and whatnot. This isn't going to be no big world galactic threat or none like that. It's going to be what Daredevil has always been, even from the Netflix series, because they worked in that realm. This is the quieter, smaller stuff going on, not the bigger blockbuster stuff. Cool, fine. But if you keep that in-house, that's the best thing you could possibly hope to do. But at the same time, you also have to remember that they're still within this world that is fucking crazy now because of what you've done from your prior movies and series and everything like that. And to ignore that, like, you can either acknowledge that stuff or ignore that stuff. But to ignore that stuff basically puts a hindrance on everything else that you've made so far. And because essentially it's like, all right, so you're just gonna like not talk about that this happened in New York or this happened and whatever. And it's like, or you can embrace it, but even then, you don't have the writing caliber to actually be capable of making this shit make sense because you've proven that within your previous bodies of work in the writing that you can't make this shit make sense. So you're tightroping on a double-edged sword, and you got no chance in hell. And I would say the third wall that they got to overcome is the fact that the writing from The Last Punisher isn't the best, and having that person now be in charge of Matt Murdock and Daredevil, it's whatever. You know, you gotta see it to believe it. So when it comes out, we're gonna be able to see whatever. But it's not like they have a squad of people that have written or has the track record to prove they've been making some good shows up until this point. So even though they're announcing someone that basically did something for the Netflix thing, that doesn't mean it was one of the best things from the Netflix thing. It was just a thing from the Netflix thing. And you don't have a group of people who have the ability to be able to fill in the holes or to help that person progress even further, because you've been making shit after 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 shit.
You ain't that nigga!
And now you decide to basically hunker down and possibly make a good show, which again, we don't even know the full extent of what it is that they're going to allow Daredevil to do or that they won't let Daredevil do. I don't know. But all I believe is that people need to pump their brakes in the expectations of the show. Wait until it come out. I feel that everyone's going to be pleasantly surprised by how good it actually is, but do not let this cloud your judgment into thinking, oh, the MCU is back or their TV shows are going to be good now. No, they still have a litany of things in the works that seem like stupid fucking ideas. The main thing being Wonder Man. So again, it's like, as long as that's the future, never think that what's current that's gonna happen is like, just this is a sign that the future holds well. No, we know, because they actually announced shit way too early. And no, you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be excited for anything. But just wait for Daredevil to come out. Hopefully it's good, and hopefully they get the fucking message that, hey, just do shit like this and you'll make money. But it's Disney, so I doubt they're gonna get that message. And that's all I wanted to talk about. This has been another episode of Fun with Flame. I've been your host, Danieltheflame, and there's always good people. Hope you had fun.
That's it, boy. You got him where you want him. Time to really explode. Keg of dynamite.